Hey everyone, it's Cindy. I just thought I'd check in with you, and I am actually making art. I'm very excited. I'm going to turn you around in just a second and show you what it was that I was working on. But let me tell you real quick. You saw last week that I bought for myself a whole bunch of pan pastels for Christmas, and that's what I've been playing with today. So by no means am I proficient in it yet, but I think I'm off to a pretty good start. Hold on. So I started by using a piece of typing paper, this is scrap paper, as kind of a palette for just mixing a whole bunch of the pan pastels. I bought the primary set that has the red, blue, and yellow in it, and black and white. And with those colors, I basically can mix just about anything that I want to. I also purchased the bronze and the colorless blender. I did not play around with the colorless blender today, but let's take a look at what I have done. So I'm always hesitant to show my my reference photo because I don't think what I do looks anything half the time like the reference photo, but I'm not exactly done. I think I'm gonna work on this a little bit more. This is what I have done today on my table. Little piece I was working on the My Tints, I think. I can't remember the name of it. It is actual pastel paper. And this right there, that was my reference photo. So again, I'm just trying to get the, I'm trying to give the suggestion of what I see up here. I'm not trying to do a photorealistic painting by any means, but I am really pleased with the pan pastels. So I think this is going to be a very fun medium to play with. I also picked up, and I probably showed you that sorry for my finger. I probably showed you that at some point as well. I picked up these Carbothello pastel pencils. I think I'm going to go in here and try to see if I can touch up some of this space down here and make it just a little bit more, what's the word I'm looking for? Just give some more detail, I guess is what I'm looking for. So let's see what I can come up with. I am so incredibly excited that I got to play again today. Yeah. Hopefully this will become a daily occurrence. All right, so I'm finished and I cleaned up and I wiped off the top of my pans. They all cleaned up really nicely. I was very impressed with that. But I think what I'm going to try to do now is take some of this pigment. Seems ridiculous to go to waste. I'm going to try my hand at doing some stenciling with the pan pastel. That is something that you can do with it. But here is my final piece. I'm very, very pleased with this. Very, very, very pleased with this. Let's take the tape off and see what it looks like on its own. All right, here it is without the tape on it. I am very, very pleased with this. I think this came out really nicely. Again, it doesn't look exactly like the reference photo, but I think you can tell that that's where it came from. So yeah, not too bad. It was fun. I enjoyed it. That's the whole point, right? That is the whole point. Alright, so this is what I got on my sketchbook. I just used the excess leftover pigment, and I got quite a lot of pigment on that page, so I don't know what we'll do with that later. And then just for kicks and giggles, I decided to just wipe out all of the rest of that on the page using the big soft tool that I had. Again, it's a new medium for me, so I'm just playing around, seeing what I can get. I actually kind of like some of that. Unfortunately, like it's printed on the back, as you can tell. It was a misprint shipping label. But, so I'm not going to keep it and use it in anything. But yeah, kind of cool. Really, really kind of fun. Alright, so here is my Christmas area. I've relocated it from the focal point in the main room into this location. It started out here last year, so it's not entirely new for it, but new stuff. I moved this stuff around a little bit. I put that over there because this actually bridges the gap somewhat in a sturdy fashion there, so I can have more space with that. And then I put the thing that I had over there here, and then that leaves me more room on the table. And I put the cute little birthday angels there. I'm still working on this a little bit because I moved things around with when I did that with the angels and such there. So, and I think you guys, I already showed this to you last week. Oh, I was so thrilled about this Valentine's Day display with the tree. I absolutely love that. So that's what's going on there. Oh, I only showed you part of the other stuff. Hang on, I'm going to spin you around. This is this area. I showed you that thing, but I didn't show you how I finished. So I put all of the little silhouettes in there, moved them around, brought this stuff over. So it's kind of like a black area with pops of red. I put this there. That's going to just act as a kind of almost like a doily, if you will. I don't know what I'm going to put on top of it. And then I brought over the metal tin that I had my vintage photos displayed in, and I put my glass flower frogs in there. It's probably a little too big for the glass flower frogs, but for right now, that's what it's going to be like. So basically, what's going to wind up happening is I have all of this stuff out, and probably 50% of it is priced, and 20% of it has the price tags on it from when I bought it. And yeah, so I have to spend some time before I let people back up here again, going through and pricing everything and removing all the you know, the original price tags. So the other room is still kind of a mess. It hasn't really changed since you saw it last, so I don't need to show that to you, but I am going to work on that today. And then today also this cart came, so I'm going to put that together and see you know, if I can get some storage space for the stuff that I'm bringing in. That's what I'm going to use it for right now. It'll probably be for art later. It's that one that's similar to the IKEA Raskog cart. I said that right? But I'm going to put stuff that I bring into the store that needs to be priced and put out for sale. I'm going to put that stuff in there. I have another one that should be arriving today as well, and that's the one that I'm going to use to wheel my sale merchandise out to my sale area and then back into the shipping area later. So I hope that I'm going to be able to do more art like I did today. I'm going to make it a priority. I think I'm going to do like a 5-minute exercise every morning so that at the very least I'll get that in. Kind of like bell work when you were in school. So I'll do that. Hopefully I'll get to play more with the pan pastels. I really enjoyed that a lot. And I have some classes that I have to start working up as well. So guys, keep your eyes open. There will be a day, probably late March, when I'm going to have a 3-day weekend filled with classes. It's not going to be an all-inclusive thing. So in other words, there'll be several classes on that weekend and you don't have to take them all, but you certainly can. And they will all kind of fit together if you wanted to. So keep your eyes peeled. I have to come up with the class samples for that and get that going, but that is what I am working on. So thanks for joining me today. Hey, leave me a comment. I would love that, and a thumbs up as well, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.